Here, what's up everybody? David here from Exit Light Grooming. Just wanted to share today that I was at a hair show this weekend and I'm cleaning up my station. It's kind of a mess. Just want to show off some cool new toys that I got. One of the new clippers that I'm working with here, I just have only been using for maybe like 2 days or so, but it is the Instinct X from Stylecraft. Pretty rad little toy. It's got a vector motor in it. And I put the Echo blade on there. I don't know if you guys are seeing all that. I see people do this all the time. Don't really know what I'm doing. But, and I also added the stretch bracket on there. No clicks. I'm coming from using like a corded master. I also use like the cordless master as well, but I've always been used to kind of like that stretched out bracket. I like it because I could go from basically like a 0 guard to a 1.5 guard, and anything past that I'll typically just use scissors or clipper over comb it or whatever. So that's one bad boy I've been rocking with. One that I actually got at the show, and there was tons of really cool vendors out there. I had a really good time. It was in Galveston at Moody Gardens. I met Guy Tang, that was super rad. And then we also went to a statement class, and that was super, super cool. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I have I posted, and I'll probably try to get all the educators linked on there. But I got the boosted trimmer, and this one is a rotary motor, a super torqued rotary motor. So rotary motors are pretty rad at like debulking, and that's what I was looking for. I was looking for a trimmer that I could basically just like knock the hair off people's necks with and stuff. Pretty cool little thing, and so far it's been doing work. I know this blade right here is the one that comes on the Saber trimmer, which is like a highly coveted blade. Lots of people really like it. This one's from Gamma. But yeah, I've been really liking it. It's been really cool. Another little toy that I got at the hair show is this hot comb for all my beard trims. I'm trying to find some balance with it. I'm not the biggest fan of like a super straightened out beard, but I comb through all my beards before I trim them. And so hopefully this will replace that, make that process a little bit easier. I'm not really going for like a flat iron beard or anything like that, but just something to help me get through the beard, smooth it out a little bit so that I could trim it up real nice. And then I'll use the hot towels and such, and it'll revert the beard a little bit back to its natural state, and then kind of trim from there. But kind of got it just as an idea to help smooth out the beard, detangle it and such. And it was only 20 bucks from Gamma, so I was curious about it. I probably would have opted for the cordless option, but this one's pretty neat. It was cheap, and it comes with this little hanging hook, so it doesn't take up any space on my already kind of cluttered station. Then this is cool because it also gives you a little bit of like how I clean up every day. I think that's about it for all my new toys. Now I guess I'll just show you what I've been rocking with lately clipper wise. This is the oldest clipper in my lineup. It's the Oster Octane. I've only had to replace the battery once, and I love this because theoretically, I haven't done it, I haven't had the need to, but you could remove the battery from the bottom here, and then it has a little charger so you can charge like 2 batteries at the same time. But like I said, I haven't had a need for it, but this bad boy I use for debulking like bald fades on the sides. I'm not too big on the trimmers. I'll use the trimmers to knock out a shape if I'm going for something specific, but for the most part when I'm balding out and I just need to get as close to skin as possible, this one with like the 5/0 on it, just like nothing better. It cuts like butter, like super rad. Clean out my razor blade. I'm still rocking the, I always mess it up. I'm not sure if it's Irving Irvington or Irving razor blades, but love that bad boy. And one thing I am in the market for, I've had it at one point, the single foil shaver. I love those. Those are cool for like little detail work and when you're not necessarily having to take a lot of bulk down. And I've been liking these like UV trimmers. You can never keep these clean enough. You know, you always got to make sure you're not irritating people's skin and just trying to keep it as clean as possible. So I do appreciate the little bit of extra effort for whatever it may be, you know, the UV. It doesn't get bloodborne pathogens, so you still want to make sure you're spraying your stuff down with whatever you use, like, you know, to clean your clippers with. But like I said, extra measure goes a long way. And then new to the lineup as well are these magnetic Stylecraft guards. So like I said, I came from a master, so I was all about having magnetic guards. I love them. I think they're cool because like I said, they don't take up much room on your station. You can just stick them. My workbench here is all metal, so you just stick them onto the side. Maybe they're not as strong, but it could be just because of the shape of them on the outside a little bit. Like it has a little bit more of like a snug back to them. It's different. Once you get in there and like slap it on, you notice the difference between this and a master, but I've had no problems with it. I'm pretty surprised, especially for the guards that come with the trimmer or the clipper that you purchase. So that's pretty cool. Tried and true Hikari shears. Whoa, almost lost them there. These are the Spark Cosmos, I believe, something like that. But I've used these for years. All my mentors used Hikari. So for a while they had almost like no web presence, but I've loved them. I've had to get used to them a little bit. All right, so I was just going on and on about my scissor choice, and I think the camera overheated, so this is take 2. And what I was trying to say about my shears of choice here, the Hikari Spark Cosmos, is they're just so well made that even when the edge dulls just a little bit, they don't push hair, but technically speaking, they do push in the right direction, if that makes sense. Like even if the blade dulls in the slightest, it never pushes hair outward. It directs it all towards the center. So that helps out a lot when you're doing like any precision or you know, just working with straight lines in general. They're just like, I think it's the convex on them that helps out the most, and they've just been super reliable, well past their you know, day one of sharpening. A lot of shears just tend to dull, or you know, they cut super crispy as soon as they're sharpened, but they tend to start pushing hair shortly after. But yeah, just want to wrap that up. Hikari shears. Let me see if I got over everything again. I've been loving my instincts here. I would feel like there's no lack of power when it comes to them. They've been hitting really well. I just did my first bald fade with them recently, and I thought that they did really, really nicely. Stretch bracket works well, you know, like yeah, I'm super happy with them. Been loving them. And then I've been really loving these boosted trimmers too. They've been working out pretty solid too. Like I said, it's only been a few days, but I'm pretty sure I went over just about everything with them at this point, and I'm pretty happy with all my choices that I've made so far. So yeah, just thought I'd give everybody a little insight on some of my tools. Go ahead and let me know if there's anything else you're curious about, any questions you may have about what I'm using and how I use them. Feel free, you know, comment anyway. And yeah, thanks for watching. Really appreciate it, guys.